Martha Plimpton and Garret Dillahunt are back together on the small screen in a new comedy about a group of ex-cons released early due to the global pandemic, who then decide to use their criminal skills for good. Take a look.
The state has issued a shelter-in-place order. You need to stay in your home.
Well, we've been in prison. We don't have a home.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bit of a head-scratcher.
You can stay at my mom's place for a couple of nights. Hey, Mommy. Hey, Dad.
I can't believe this lady's letting us stay here. Do you think she's crazy?
Dinner's ready.
You're living under my roof.
You'll have to earn your keep. You can join my crew.
I just spent 26 years in prison, and I'm not going back. So you're out. Seriously?
Okay, so I have to start with the fact that Raising Hope fans are beyond excited for this reunion. What was it like to be working together again with each other and with Greg Garcia, who's the creator?
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Big mistake.
I hated every second.
Let's talk about this project, Martha. This is such an interesting premise. Set it up for me and explain Jack and Barb's dynamic, which, like you mentioned, it's a little different from how we saw you guys before.
A little. Well, this is a show in which Jack, played by Garret, is doing time in prison for selling weed. And long come COVID and some prison overcrowding is happening. I mean, this is the premise, right? And he and his cellmate, Rooster, who happens to be my son, they get out together. So Rooster goes, well, come on over to my mom's and, you know, she'll put you up for a couple of days. And then I stick it to him. If they're going to stay with me, they got to be part of my crew.
It's so funny. And it's loosely based on a true story, which is crazy to think about, people being released from prison into the pandemic. So Garret, did you speak with anyone who actually went through this or something similar?
I didn't speak with anyone in person, but there's a lot of material out there about people. And one thing we really enjoyed and incorporated was the the amazement about the number of choices you have when you get out of prison. You know, some things you might not think about that you're denied, you know, in jail. And the biggest thing they all said was choices, and having so many options was crippling.
And was it cathartic in any way to relive the early days of the pandemic through a comedic lens?
I think so, definitely. Yeah, it was great to finally be able to laugh at that stuff. What do you think, Martha?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it gives us an opportunity to see it from a little bit of a distance and laugh at it and laugh at the stuff we didn't know in the beginning, you know, because that's when it takes place, right at the beginning. You know, do we wear masks? Do we touch things? Do we wash our hands 50 times a day? You know, like the rules are changing all the time. And so hopefully people can sort of recognize those little bits of that time without it actually sort of minimizing it or taking away from how weird and scary it was.
So, Garret, I have to talk to you about the fact that you were completely unrecognizable in Where the Crawdads Sing. What was that experience like? And do you prefer working on a series or a film?
Well, it was a great experience. Livy Newman was a great director there, and I really enjoyed working with little Jojo Regina, who played young Kaya. And I don't really have a preference. I look forward to and I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to explore those different things.
Martha, I know there was a Goonies reunion a couple years ago, and I keep hearing rumors, but have you heard anything about a Goonies 2? And if it ever happened, I'm guessing from your face, no. Would you be on board?
There's no, people have been talking about that literally since 1952. And there's absolutely no, I've never seen one iota of evidence that it's going to happen. Although I love all those people and I love the film and I love what it means to so many people. I literally have no inside info for that at all.
Well, it was so lovely to meet both of you. Everybody needs to watch this. It is such a funny show. Sprung premieres on August 19th on Amazon Freevee.